Hi everybody and welcome to your first French horn lesson. My name is Julia Terry. I study music education at the University of Maryland and I'm so excited to help you guys figure out how to play this wonderful instrument. So over here I have my French horn in its case. It's quite big, quite bulky, but that's okay. It keeps our instrument nice and safe. So you will see that on one side of your case, the logo, the brand of your instrument will be on that side. That is the side that you want to open up and your French horn will be laying down in the case. So we're going to start by opening the latches. Usually you just push the one side open, flip it over, and my case has 3, but yours may have more or less. It might also have a zipper too. So now that our latches are open, we're going to carefully lay the horn down with the logo facing up. We are going to open our case. And now you can see your very own shiny French horn in the case. Now, when you grab it, you can basically grab it anywhere, but you want to make sure you don't grab any of those slides, any of the stuff in the middle. Try to grab it from the outside if you can. So I grab mine by the top. You can grab it by the bell as long as you're very careful. Now that you have the body of your French horn out, you also want to grab your mouthpiece, which is the small metal contraption in your case. Now you're going to plug that in. Give your mouthpiece a little turn just so it feels nice and snug right here. And you can close your case and push it off to the side. Let's talk about the parts of the French horn. So we have, as I said before, we have our mouthpiece up here. Going down is our lead pipe. We have a whole bunch of tubing. It has almost as much tubing as the tuba, and then it kind of swirls around and it goes out. All the sound comes out of here. This is the bell. It's really big. A lot bigger than the trumpet, which we often get confused for. In the middle here we have our valves and we have our slides. Most of you are going to have what's called a single horn as opposed to a double horn, which means you only have one set of 3 slides. So you'll have this is your slide for your first valve, this is your slide for your second valve, and then this is your slide for your third valve. Let's talk about how we hold the French horn. So I have a wrap here. Some of you might need a wrap depending on how big your hand is, but you're going to put your pinky underneath that ring right there. And then if you have a single horn, there's no trigger. So you'll just rest your thumb on the French horn. Anywhere that's comfortable, really. Now, when we use our fingers to play the valves, we want to make sure that they are curled slightly. They're not flapping down, pressing straight, or anything like that. They're just nice resting. Your fingertips are pressing down on the valves. Awesome. And then this is kind of the tricky part, and everybody always says, oh, why is your hand in the bell? But it's okay. It helps with our sound, how pretty we sound. It helps with the intonation of our notes. I know that's a big word, but it helps with if our sound is slightly too high or slightly too low, we can kind of tweak it with our hand. So step 1, you're going to go out like you're shaking somebody's hand, like this. So it's gonna, you can try to mimic me for this. Now, step 2, you're going to place the top of your hand in your bell. The top of your hand, not the bottom. It should be pressing away from you. I know, it's hard to see. And a lot of times, you're gonna wanna say, oh, I can just put my hand outside the bell. I can just put it wherever I want. But it's very important that you make sure that your hand is in the right position. So your hand is flat, pressing away from you. It's kind of resting on your first knuckle right here. So step 1, go to shake the hand. Step 2, hand in the bell away from you, flat side pressing away and resting on that first knuckle. Depending on if the instrument is too big or not for you, you might want to play on the leg. So in that case, I'll grab my phone so you can see where we're going. You're going to put the part of your bell on your leg. And then from there, you would bring your mouthpiece to your face. You don't want to bring yourself to the instrument or anything funky like that. I learned to play with my horn on my lap, and then I got to college, I found that that was completely wrong. So we're going to start with our horn up and either off the leg supported by your first knuckle, or on the leg, supported by your leg. It's a lot to process there. Feel free to go back through this video and look and see if there's any instructions for what you might be struggling on. Yep. And that is how to assemble the French horn.